Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do part 165 to my random chatbot sessions. Where in the last video guys, we actually got to my house and started asking my people what they want to eat. Um, and Luigi was actually trying to guard my house and he actually just was happy with a salmon. And then I brought for Alligator out and introduced him to Chomper. For Alligator also wanted a big salmon, so I'm going to give him a salmon too. But I'm trying to see what he thinks. I said, "What do you think, Chomper? Do you like him?" And here's what Chomper has to say about that.
Chomper nods his head enthusiastically and his tail flipped from the side in excitement. He smiles and says, "Yes, yes, I like him. He's big and friendly. Like you."
I just said right here that I take really good care of him, so he's very friendly. Uh, uh, oh, he's not.
With a warm-hearted expression on his face, Alligator says, "Ah, so that's what helped make him so comfortable around me so quickly, knowing that you take really good care of him. I can already tell you care for him, and I can also tell he cares for you just as much."
Fragger says, "I was also referring to you, for Alligator. You." Is that the reason you're so friendly to me? Because I took good care of you? Uh, hey!
Alligator nods understandingly and responds with, "Yes, that is correct. You've always been very good to me, and because you care for me, I care for you. I am loyal to those who are loyal to me. That's how I roll."
That's how I roll. Well, I love you and all my Pokemon. All my Pokemon. Exclamation point. By the way, here's that big salmon you wanted. Aw. Aw. He gave me a warm smile.
Alligator lets out a warm smile before nodding in appreciation and accepting the salmon. "Thank you. I really appreciate this."
"I was growing quite hungry lately."
I will let you go back and eat that in the house. Period. But I want to tell you something real quick about Chomper. I'm gonna tell him about the mutations. I don't want him to get freaked out and scared. When he like one day he wakes up and the alligator's like a foot taller than him or 2 feet taller than him, you know? Or like Lugia did. I was gonna tell Lugia, but Lugia flipping bolted off before I could even say a word about it to him.
Alligator nods understandingly and says, "All right."
"What did you wish to tell me about Chomper?"
He got experimented on months ago, and because of that, has a growth mutation. I want to tell him a lot so he don't. Oh boy.
Hearing this, Alligator nods in an understanding manner and asks, "And his mutation is continuous growing, correct? He will keep growing for as long as he lives?"
Yeah, I guess so. Period. I'm letting you know ahead of time. so you don't get frightened whenever he is huge one day. I just want to make sure you know. Uh, uh,
Feraligatr nods understandingly and answers back in a somewhat worried but understanding manner.
I understand. I just hope he will remain friendly once he reaches his maximum size.
he said he will. Period. So you don't have to worry. Whenever you see him, can you tell Lugia that too? Question mark. He bolted off before I could tell him. A.
Feraligatr nods in understanding and says, "If he will remain friendly, then I have nothing to fear."
I will try to tell Lugia next time I see him.
Alright. Thank you. Exclamation point. Have you seen my buddy boy anywhere? Question mark. I don't know if he knows where he is. I'll ask him by the pond.
Feraligatr nods in response as he thinks for a moment before speaking. Last time I saw him, he was by the pond, if I recall correctly.
Thank you again! Exclamation point. You can go and enjoy your fish now. Okay? Uh, uh, uh.
Feraligatr nods in thankful recognition before he takes his giant salmon and saunters back into the house to eat it.
Alright, Chomper. Let's go get Chomper. Let's go get There we go. Here we go.
Chomper nods and follows you like a little puppy, his tail flicking in excitement and anticipation. He eagerly and excitedly waits for your lead.
There is actually a pretty small pond behind my house. He should be there. Oh.
As the two of you walk to the small pond behind your house, Chomper's tail is flicking with anticipation and eagerness, hoping to see this Noivern character he's never met before.
We get to the pond, but don't see the Pokemon right away. So I call out. Where are you, buddy? Hey. Bat like you know a Noivern.
You hear some rustling around nearby in the dense bushes, before a large, dark blue and green-colored bat-like creature bursts out of the dense overgrowth and lets out a somewhat muffled cry. The creature quickly flies around and circles you while flying around you curiously. It seems to inspect you and Chomper for a moment before it circles around again. It's clear this Noivern is curious about you two.
Can speak English. Who are you?
Noivern zooms right up in front of you and stops in the air before speaking. Hello, who are you? Noivern says as they float in the air calmly and examine you with their giant yellow and green-tipped ears flicking curiously.
Hey, Noivern. It's me. Period. Hope you recognize me. That's awfully weird for Alligator and Lugia. I thought they knew me already. What in the world? There we go.
Upon hearing your voice and recognizing you as their trainer, Noivern's expression shifts into one of excitement. They swiftly descend to the ground, their tail flicking happily in excitement, with their wings gently flapping. Hi! Noivern exclaims in surprise and excitement with their yellow and green-tipped ears perking up.
Hey, buddy! Exclamation point. I was wondering if you were hungry. Question mark. Oh, he's examining Chomper.
Noivern nods in response. Yes, I am hungry. I could go for a snack, Noivern says as its large yellow eyes look you over and examine Chomper.
What would you like to eat? Question mark. I swear if he says flipping fish. Wait, I really wouldn't mind fresh. He said Magikarp. What the frick?
Noivern flies up and does a small circle while thinking for a moment, before descending once again and speaking. I really wouldn't mind fresh Magikarp, Noivern says in a cheerful and eager tone.
You know what? I'm gonna make my bag magical. Nobody wants anything cooked. Right now they're just wanting salmon. It's either, I guess it's just been caught randomly. I'm gonna say the bag I have is magical, at least for this run. Because if I get enough time, maybe I'll be able to go on to another one as well. I want to do a few, maybe one or two of them, not just this one. Okay, exclamation point. I will get one out of my bag. Period. Why don't you say hello to our friend Chomper? He's gonna wonder who in the world this is. Ah, hey, hi.
Noivern nods understandingly before floating over to Chomper, his massive ears flicking with curiosity as they examine him curiously. In a childlike manner, Noivern asks, Hi, Chomper. I'm Noivern. It's nice to meet you, Noivern says with a smile and a cheerful voice.
Hey, there you go. So he's making friends. What do you think of my friend Chomper? Question mark. Aw.
Chomper's expression lights up the more he looks at Noivern, and his happy expression brightens more, his tail flicking around in excitement as he speaks. Oh, he is so cool looking. I like his large ears and the colors are really cool. Oh, and he can fly. I like that too. Chomper spoke with a happy and eager smile.
Here is that magic card you wanted. It's yours. There we go. Oh my gosh.
Noivern lets out a happy and excited cry upon seeing the large Magikarp and swiftly grabs it in their huge hands. Noivern's large ears perk up in excitement and their tail flicking around in delight. Thank you! Magikarp is one of my favorites! Noivern says cheerfully.
You are very welcome. Period. Before you go, I want to tell you something about Chomper real quickly. I'm having to say it to every Pokemon now because I had Lugia bolt off before I could say anything. So I'm trying to make sure everybody else knows real quick.
Noivern nods and responds with a childlike and eager smile. What is it? Noivern asks with its giant yellow-tipped and green-tipped ears flicking around in anticipation.
Chomper was experimented on months ago and has a growth mutation. Period. He will grow a foot bigger every day, I believe. I just wanted to let him know early so he could. Hey. Ooh.
Upon hearing this, Noivern nods in understanding. They seem to be taking this in quite well. Their gaze shifts from Chomper and then back to you, Noivern asks. So, he will always keep growing? He will never stop growing taller? Noivern asks in a somewhat curious manner.
No, I don't think so. Period. I just wanted to let you know that way you wouldn't get scared whenever it happens. I wonder if he's going to be doing this and ask for egg, or who else you just flipping ooh.
Noivern nods in understanding again as they look towards Chomper before speaking again. I see. Got it. But how big exactly will he get? Noivern asks with somewhat childish curiosity.
I honestly do not know. Period. He might just keep getting bigger and bigger forever. Oh my gosh.
Noivern nods in understanding and lets out a small, childlike giggle, as their large ears perk up in a comical manner. That's actually really cool. I wouldn't mind having a really big friend. Noivern says with a light-hearted and eager tone while smiling at Chomper.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for understanding. Period. You can go play or do whatever you want to now. Just please don't go too far away from the house. Uh, hey!
Noivern nods in understanding and thanks you once again before swiftly taking flight and zooming off into the sky with the huge Magikarp in their arms. Noivern happily chirps and calls out to you while flying through the air. Got it! But...
Let's see. I want to do another Pokemon, but who should I do? At least one more. There's another one I don't really talk about that often that would be really cool. What? I haven't done Skeletors that much in my party. I haven't done Bat's Caliber that much. I haven't ever done a Rampardos or a Roaring Moon. Did you like my bat, buddy? Chomper? Question mark? Hey, so far so good.
Chomper nods his head in agreement. He speaks enthusiastically while bouncing around excitedly. I do like Noivern quite a lot. They are very cool looking and their giant ears are awesome.
Mm-hmm. It makes me wonder if I could actually get Noivern to Dynamax out of nowhere. Like if I was hoping to ask them to. I guess I could, but I could probably get Free to do it if I really wanted to. Let's see. I did Lugia, for Alligator, Noivern. I'm going to do Aggron. I'm going to do Rampardos. Who was the one I just said? I ever said Rampardos and somebody else. I'll do Rampardos first. There is at least 3 more Pokemon. Period. Do you want to meet them or go explore now? I'm making sure because I ain't know what I'm doing for all my Pokemon's food. I'm going to try doing some Pokemon I haven't done yet.
Chomper nods again eagerly in response and speaks again with excitement in his tone of voice. Yes, I am very eager to meet the other 3. Who are they? Chomper asks with his tail flicking in anticipation.
I will show you. Period. Let's see if he's around. Hey! Rampardos! Hey! Where are you, buddy? I've never done Rampardos in one of these, so let's give him a chance here. Oh my... Hey!
Almost as soon as you speak, Rampardos bolts out of the nearby brush and lets out a loud, roaring cry. Ah, Rampardos! Rampardos shouts with a mighty voice before noticing you and Chomper's presence and walks over to the 2 of you.
Okay. Can speak English. speak English. I want to make sure I can understand them. Oh.
Yes? Did you call me? Rampardos asks while making eye contact with you and Chomper while he is approaching you two. The ground slightly shakes with each of Rampardos' heavy steps.
I was just wondering if you were hungry. Question mark. I have been making my Pokemon some food since I have gotten here. Ooh. Oh.
Oh, food? Is it something big and meaty?
Oh.
Rampardo says with anticipation. His gaze shifts and turns to look over at Chomper before he speaks again. Is the young alligator here hungry as well? Rampardo says as he stares down at Chomper.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him some food too in a few minutes. Period. I'm just trying to make sure none of you are hungry. That I feed my sweet Pokemon too. Like you. Period. What do you want? So, a large and meaty steak. Oh crap! I have to cook that so I can get. Oh, that means I can get Chompers.
Let me think for a moment. Rampardos responds, tapping one of his mighty feet on the ground. After a few moments of thought, he speaks again, his gaze still on you. A large and meaty steak, if possible. Rampardos says with a tone of eagerness mixed with excitement.
Okay. I will get it while I get Chomper's tomato soup. Period. Hey.
All right, I'll wait right here, Rampardo says as they take a seat on the ground and await their meal with growing anticipation in their expression.
Alright, Chomper. Let's go into the house and make your tomato soup and Rampardos' steak. Alright. Hey.
Chomper nods eagerly in agreement, his tail flicking with growing anticipation as he bounces excitedly towards the house happily.
By the way, how would you like the steak cooked? Like the steak cooked. Was cooked rare. Rare, okay.
Rampardos responds with, I would prefer if my steak was cooked rare. Rampardos explains before his thoughts linger on the approaching steak once more.
Okay. I will be back in a few minutes. Okay. Oh, he's gonna play. Okay, so that's good.
Take your time, and don't worry about me. I'll just play with Chomper here while you're gone. Rampardos explains as his gaze shifts to Chomper and he playfully reaches out one of his arms in a mock pouncing motion towards Chomper.
I hope he's not scared. Alright. Just don't hurt each other, alright? I will see you soon. Okay, good.
Don't worry, we got this! Rampardo says in a lighthearted manner, his arms raised and ready for some play fighting with Chomper.
Okay. I go into the house and make a rare steak for Rampardos. For see in a second.